time we're recording. I wasn't expecting it.
So what are we doing tonight, Oscar?
Tonight we are going to be marathoning, binging is the right term, the Halloween movies. Not all tonight, because it's currently...
About 7 o'clock?
It's currently 20 to 7, and it's currently the 1st of October, so we're literally getting right started with the Spook Fest. And
well, the idea was we were going to go into the night with it, but then I've been called into work unexpectedly early in the morning. So
yes,
yeah,
the idea was going to be we were going to watch as much as we could until we got tired. Now we have to watch as much as possible within reason, so Sophie doesn't sleep in
again,
because that already happened today. But yeah, last year, in anticipation for Jigsaw, we marathoned the Saw films, and we're going to do the same because there's another big horror film coming out this month, and it's Halloween. So we're going to marathon all the Halloween films, watch all of them as much as we can, as I just said. I have seen the first one multiple times. It's the second, and I've seen the second, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth once, and that was last year. I haven't seen 3. I haven't seen H20 or Resurrection or the Rob Zombie films. So it's a big filling in the gaps. How many of these have you seen, sir?
The only ones I haven't seen is Resurrection and the second Rob Zombie one.
Okay.
So I've seen like all the others, barring those 2.
Yeah, okay then.
I think I've seen like a little bit of Resurrection, but like not from start to finish, probably just clips.
Yeah. So, we thought this would be a fun way to start Spooktober, considering we've never talked about the Halloween films in their own video in any way. So we thought, why not, since the new Halloween's coming out this month, and we're both really excited for it. So, we're going to watch the first Halloween, and then we'll get back to you after the viewing. So, yeah. Right. The time is set. We've restrained ourselves to 10 minutes to talk about Halloween, the 1978 John Carpenter classic of a slasher film. It's difficult to talk about this film, not in a sense of like it's not in a sense of it's hard to explain. It's just one of these things more like what else can be said about this film, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, I kind of shook the camera. I was kind of like, my nose is kind of blocked. I went...
Yeah, it's an iconic piece of horror cinema.
Is this an iconic piece of shit?
No. It's
like, no, it's definitely like...
No, it's definitely a very good film. It's one of my favourite horror films. I don't really have a definitive favourite horror film as such, but like, it's I would say maybe top 3 horror films, probably. And I think a lot of that is just due to, because I'm a sucker for the autumn time and like Halloween, like the time period of Halloween. And although this film isn't necessarily dripping with Halloween spirit, there's
plenty of pumpkins and
spooks. It's got some and like the little trick-or-treaters. It's got that warmth almost to it though. Like it's got like the feeling of it is just, it's got an autumn warmth to it. I think it's safe to say that the acting isn't necessarily great in this film, barring Donald Pleasence, because Donald Pleasence is like really the only like...
Jamie Lee Curtis is fine too.
She's fine, she's good at it.
Just some of the...
It's the other, like, Lindsay! Get the dog out the kitchen, Lindsay! Like that stuff.
Well, it's her, and then there's the other girl who's
and she's like, where's my beer, Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah, and...
Totally.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that. It's like, did I really need totally? But I think this is like one of the better examples of a film of suspense in
Yeah.
any film, really. Like,
And like effective use of like jump scares.
yeah, there's no like they don't use the sound effects to do jump scares, and when they do use sound effects, it's the score. It's the like when Mike. By the way, we're going to be talking spoilers within these films. It's going to be a casual conversation about them, so spoilers ahead if you haven't seen any of the Halloween films. But it's like when Annie got killed. And,
Oh, you just spoiled it for me?
oh, I'm sorry, Soph. When Annie got killed, and Annie was definitely not okay there.
Annie, are you okay?
And it's when he sprung up from the back seat and it went, but then it like that was the start of a track.
What did it go?
It went. Did you zoom there?
I might have done.
But and that leads on to the score, which was also done by John Carpenter, which I think is another very like influential piece of music in the sense of like, if you think, especially now when you think about films like The Guest and You're Next,
Yeah.
both Adam Wingard films, but there's other films as well that I can't quite think of where they use, like, it's not synthwave, but it's electronic.
It's done on a synth, pretty much.
It's done on a synth. It's not like hyper synthwave though, but it is very like it
Electronic.
Yeah, like it's electronic.
EDM.
It's EDM. And it's like EDL there.
Oh God.
It's not
EDL. EDL.
But no, I just love like and this, like, I mean, through the entire film with me and you, we were like looking like when there was so many shots while I was going, you're like, oh, look at that. Like, as much cheesy moments there are, and like that I kind of have, that we kind of laugh about. It is like, but there are there's a reason why this is one of my favorite horror films, and it is genuinely because it's one of the best directed films, I feel.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, there's so many shots where it's like, ooh, and it's like
Spooky.
it's ooh, like, and there's the bits where it's like the opening scene. I love. We've directly. The intro was directly inspired from the opening of that, as you would have seen. But like, again, it's so good with that, as well as the oh yeah, that's another bit cheesy acting. Michael, again, like, there's funny moments like that.
That's what Gary does when he goes to play out.
Exactly.
Michael. Oh!
But there's like the shot where like where Michael is like, where like Laurie is walking and Mike, and then he just steps in frame, which we've also been
which you
inspired
ripped off in VHS Pirates 2.
episode 1 at the last shot. Yeah,
That was Michael Myers.
You were in that one. But yeah, like that shot, and then there's a shot where like he's stood, like, well, Laurie's in class and he's stood like just slightly, but he's like, the car's here and he's just
It's
looking,
like all the subliminal shots for the most
yeah,
part.
and then like where he's just stood with the washing as well, like flowing in the wind,
Yeah.
and like when he stood like in the bush and he steps, like,
You can sort of
It's-
see, like, because we've just finished watching season 1 of American Horror Story.
yeah, we've just
And you
finished
can
watching
kind of
Murder
like,
House, yeah.
you can see a lot of influence, like.
But like, there's other things like we'll be reviewing It Follows within this month as well, and that film is really, like, this film has had such an impact in so many different films, and not even in the slasher genre as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's such, like, it's caused this huge ripple effect where it's like, I don't know, like, it really, like, is, again, I think that is a true mark of a great film, where it's like a film is like kind of like amateurish in a sense, like,
Yeah.
like very low budget and very like cheesy as well. The fact that so many people can look at that and be like, this influenced me to make a great film. Like, I do think that's where like that does stand the test of time and stuff like that. And then like there's like some genuinely scary, like, it's not, I wouldn't say this is a scary film, but there's certain moments where you're like where Laurie just discovered everyone dead in Annie's house, isn't it?
I think so. Well, it's not her house, she's babysitting
Yeah,
her.
in the house, in Lindsay's. It's Lindsay.
Lindsay!
In her house, and you know, where Laurie discovers everyone's dead, and she steps back, and then just through the darkness you see just the mask just like come out of the dark, and then like there's also the bit where like she's banging on the door for I forgot his name.
It's not Michael.
No, the other kid,
Yeah.
the boy, where she's banging on the door, and like it cuts between that and
The Billy.
Billy, I think so.
Oh no, Billy. I don't know. Anywho, yeah,
Anyway,
she's banging on the door.
Yeah, and you just see on the other side of Michael just coming round the corner. Like I think the character of Michael Myers is like, it's like Valak. He's scary on sight.
Yeah.
Like, if Mike, like, it doesn't, no, like, I think that's why a lot of the shots are so effective, where it's like just Michael Myers standing, because it's like, even in daytime, that's why I think this film does really well. Like, even in daytime, the character of Michael Myers really is quite terrifying, actually. And yeah, I do, like, it's a film that, like, I only watched it, I think the first time I watched it was like 4 years ago, for the very first time.
Yeah.
And it feels like I've been seeing it, I've been watching it longer, but it like most people, it is like a tradition every October to watch this film. And again, I do think it's I will say, I know John Carpenter, he got influence from Black Christmas, which came out in 1974. So he didn't just completely like come up. It's his idea, but like he didn't just go like my thing. It's like it's all like goes down to like everyone has their influence.
It all comes down to this.
Like it's like because we were saying we've had conversations like nothing's ever completely original. Like people go like Force Awakens would have got inspiration from A New Hope, and A New Hope would have probably got inspiration from stuff like Seven Samurai.
Yeah. And
that would have got inspiration. It's all cycle and same
everything
thing.
Comes from somewhere.
Yeah, and but yeah, I love Halloween. There's not
unless you're watching Eraserhead, in which case that's probably just like
David Lynch is his own like
beast.
Yeah, we really get into David Lynch. I've only seen Elephant Man, but yeah. We're not on about David Lynch. But yeah, I love... Do you have anything else to say about the first Halloween?
Well, you've pretty much, like, everything we talked about, even when we watch it, or we talk about generally, like, you've kind of just, like, summarised in a way.
Yeah.
Like, when you're on about some of the shots and things like that, some of the acting, yeah, like, we did kind of, like, very juvenile, but, like, everybody who's in pain in this film sounds a little bit, like, overly sexual.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, like... Oh, and that's the time. That's our time.
Is that what we're ending on?
Oh, well, no.
Oh.
The end. But yeah, yeah, we've kind of basically covered it. Sophie, we'll bring it back. Alf, how many spoopy ghosts are you going to give Halloween 1978?
Out of
5.
5.
Same. It's 5 out of 5 spoopy ghosts. It's the first 5 out of 5 I've given. But I
Have I given anything 5 out of 5?
I don't think so. Did you give Scooby-Doo?
No, I don't think I did.
Didn't you give What's New Scooby-Doo 5?
I don't think so.
Yeah, this would be our
We didn't
first...
review What's New Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, we did.
What's New Scooby-Doo? No, we didn't.
No, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?
Yeah, I might have given that a 5. I can't remember.
I think
it's the first, like, feature film.
Yeah, I don't think you did. I think you gave that, like, 4.5 or something like that. But, yeah.
You can't really give this anything other than 5.
It's kind of the pinnacle of spook.
Yeah.
Like Halloween. I'll do a video explaining the spooky ghost system in case of people are like, we don't base it on the quality of the film. We base it on the Halloweenness of it.
Yeah.
And with the
film,
spoopiness. The spoopiness, which again I'll do a video probably within this month explaining.
Which is a combination of scares, visuals, atmosphere.
It doesn't need to have the Halloween atmosphere because I think I gave like Wreck 4.5.
No, I just mean atmosphere generally.
Oh no, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah. But yeah, Halloween definitely a 5 out of 5. Spoopy ghosts, and we're going to watch Halloween 2 next. We could fit that in.
Of course we can.
Yeah, we can't. It's only 8:25.
Well, yeah, we could do that in 3.
Yeah. Sound.
High 5. My wife.
High 5, my wife. So we'll see you for Halloween 2. So, just finished watching Halloween 2. Apologise if you haven't seen some of Sophie's quilt in the shot. This is my second time watching Halloween 2. You've seen this before, haven't you?
This is like the 3rd time I've seen this.
Right, yeah. And this one takes place right after the first Halloween, like literally right after. Like the first scene is like the end of the first Halloween, and what do you think of the film, Soph? Like just.
I remember watching it the first time and thinking it was like brilliant, and then I watched it back with you last year and watched it.
Because I remember you were saying, like, before we watched it last year, you were saying like.
Was it like, oh yeah, it's as good as the original?
You were thinking you preferred this over the first.
Yeah, I definitely don't. It's not that this is like.
It's a mint idea.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I think it's just like, consider it's essentially Halloween directed by Michael Bay.
Even though he probably didn't want it to be like that. Like
I think it's just the fact there's like.
It's not actually Michael Bay.
It's not really Michael Bay.
It's just like 2-minute explosions, really.
Was he making films at this point, Michael Bay? I don't know.
In 1981? No.
Yeah, no, so yeah, definitely not then. But yeah, there's just like, it's so like extra.
It's so over the top, like.
R.I.P. Ben
Tramer. Jesus Christ, yeah, just a.
I never thought, like, because you watch it and there's 2 explosions. There's Michael Myers just walking through a double glazing. But was double glazing a thing?
I made the joke of it
know.
being double glazing, but yeah.
Well, you just walked straight through a glass door.
It's so like OTT in the sense it's not OTT in a Saw 3D way.
Yeah.
It's more OTT in like Saw 3.
I feel like the first act and the first half of the second act in this bar and the explosion are like pretty good.
Like
and then it kind of like
the opening where the first POV shot where it's like he's going through the streets.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But then they kind of just like recycle bits from the first one and then they kind of start mucking around with like the law.
Not too much yet, but it's like this is where it's not hinted at. It said that Laurie Strode is Michael Myers' sister.
Yeah, but essentially starts off like it's like a regular film, and all of a sudden she's having like flashback dreams to like you're not my child.
Yeah, that
doesn't help at all.
That doesn't feel like you didn't need that. Really, you just needed like, you didn't need that in there. You just kind of like could have just had basically Loomis being like his sister. And that's, You
didn't even need that. You could have just, like, kept it as the fact that he's just a weirdo who got obsessed with a teenage girl. Like, that kind of works on its own.
Yeah, like, I'm not a fan of the fact of, like, they're related, and they seem to have, they probably have retconned that.
Judging by what I've heard in the trailer, they have, but I don't know.
Well, considering 2 isn't canon in the Old Man Myers timeline, it's literally the first, and then this new one, so, yeah, probably. Yeah, no, this one's definitely post.
Malone.
No, this is definitely within the time period, like, after Halloween came out, and then slashers became a huge thing, really.
Yeah.
And then it became, like, more about the body count than about the psychology of it.
Yeah.
Because there's certain characters in this where, like, the only purpose is literally just to be killed, like the security guard. The nurse that was actually kind of getting built up more as a main character than Laurie Strode, really.
Yeah.
And then she just got scolded and drowned in a tub. I know the director wasn't a fan of like the really over the top like gory kills.
Yeah.
But I think John Carpenter like reshot them so they were a bit more gruesome because he wasn't sure if this would if audiences would like the film if it was tame.
Yeah.
Because of, films like Friday the 13th and other slasher films.
Yeah. Well, Nightmare on Elm Street's well grim in places.
Yeah, like
that's probably got it's probably got the most gore out of
the slashers.
Except maybe Friday the 13th. There's a fair bit of gore in those, from what I remember.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre's just more dirty.
There's plenty of gore in that, but it's not on screen gore necessarily.
But I am kind of this one's it is fun. It's a fun one. This one,
it's a fun continuation.
It's one of those ones where it's it really has no legs without the first film.
Yeah, and this one I really enjoyed the opening crawl.
Oh yeah, with the pumpkin there. Well, it's gone now, but
was it on?
It was, but yeah, with the the pumpkin, the first film, but it kind of moved out and to see a skull.
Yeah, like split in half.
Yeah, like I love stuff. Like again, I love like, and you know, since this film, you can tell they had a bigger budget.
Yeah.
And I love that because it's like they had the opportunity to really explore the Halloween vibe more.
Yeah.
With like the trick-or-treaters. And I also love the sound of the hospital. Like I don't know, like that, like, and the cinematography. There was some shots in this, like in the first one, that are probably like, oh, like where you just saw him like kind of out.
Yeah, I didn't like the bit with it where he's like in with the babies that like freaks me, even though he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but it's like you just can't see him.
It's like, don't put him near a baby.
Yeah, you see his point of view, then you see like him like out of focus in the background, and then his point of view again, and then you see him just walk out of focus. And there's stuff like that where it's again more cool things like that, like the cinematography. Like the cinematography and the editing, I think, are still really good in this film. Like
they go like full Hammer horror with the blood, like it's
like
bright red.
how like bright red it is. Like again, it's not realistic.
When we eventually watch Sleepy Hollow, you'll like appreciate.
Oh
that, I think.
yeah. I've not seen a Hammer horror film actually, but I really want to because I want to like delve into that type of horror. But anyway, yeah, there's not much else to really say. I don't think about this in the sense of like. I love, like, again, it's very over the top with certain things, like just a random Ben Tramer explosion. Like, why did he explode?
Ben Tramer explosion.
Why did it explode? Like, why did it, like, there was no reason for that to explode. And the ending where Dr. Loomis basically again,
that made more sense.
Spoilers for Until Dawn. For one of the endings of Until Dawn, like when Mike goes like fuck you or whatever he says, it goes and then lights the match and then blows up the cabin.
Yeah.
In the ending where everyone dies. Like that. Like it's kinda like that.
I think it's like take that, you fuck. Or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. But yeah, again, I think it's one of these films where like it's one of, you know, like how you get good sequels where like it's only good because it's a sequel, but since then it's still good. In a sense, like it's still fun to watch. Like it's one of these films, like it doesn't harm the first film.
Yeah.
Maybe the Laurie Strode relationship thing might affect it slightly, but like in terms of like, it's just a really fun slasher over the top killer film. And like the first film, the pacing's actually pretty good. Like it goes by relatively quickly, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, have you got anything else to say about Halloween 2?
I think we've covered everything with that one.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of, sometimes I find it harder to talk about films that are like pretty good or like fine,
yeah,
as opposed to something that's like really bad.
Yeah.
Or like sometimes it's like I can talk about things that are like outstandingly good, I guess, or like things where there's like a lot, like I could talk forever and a day about signs because there's so much like stuff that you like. If it's a film where you like watch it back again and you like notice stuff that you never noticed before.
Like there's some things in this like I didn't notice, like it's like visual things, like oh I didn't notice he was behind.
Yeah, but I mean like undertones and things like that. If there's like story plots or character development that you maybe didn't pick up on the first time, like I always think there's like more to talk about. But if something's just like pretty like easy to follow or like it's really good. Sometimes it's like harder to talk about it.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. This one is definitely fun and it is a good double bill.
Yeah.
I think of like Halloween than this, because since it does carry on right after.
Yeah.
Like,
plus as well, when you've got something like that's a classic, but it's not a classic, like you get like two things that are in the classic variety. You get like the Blade Runner type classics where you can talk for days and days and days about like.
And you get classics where it's like, well,
it's just good and everyone likes it.
Yeah, it's just like, what else can you say other than like it's mint?
Yeah.
Even though we did go into quite. I think.
Yeah, I mean, you could get to the thing of like, oh, is he the devil incarnate or whatever, but like.
We'll get to that
a bit later.
Get to that in the later films. But overall, Sophie,
sound?
Alpha 5 Spooky Ghosts, what would you give this Halloween 2?
3.5 Spooky Ghosts.
That's what I was thinking as well. 3.5. I would I
don't think it's good enough for a 4, but it's definitely not a 5.
No, it's not
quite good enough for a 4.
It's not 4.5. I wouldn't say it's a 3 because
That's a bit too low.
because I think it's still thoroughly enjoyable.
Yeah.
And again, the Halloween trick-or-treaters and like the atmosphere is still very like good. And I do think just the fun over the top kills makes it like a worth a watch type of thing.
Yeah.
I think. So yeah, we'll probably end up only being able to fit one more film in tonight because it is at the moment 10:25. Again, if Sophie wasn't working in the morning, we would have probably tried to at least fit 2 more, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe. But no.
But we're thinking like maybe just 1 and then continue tomorrow.
Get the first 3 films, and then we can start the Jamie.
The Descent.
Is it the Jamie Lloyd?
Jamie Lloyd
the
timeline,
the
yeah.
Jamie Lloyd trilogy. So we're gonna watch Halloween 3: Season of the Witch, and this will be my first time watching this film. So yeah,
Ooh, it'll be my second time.
so yeah, we'll see you after Halloween 3. Basically, this isn't the same night, as you can tell by different clothing and kind of messy hair, probably. We watched Halloween. Well, I watched Halloween 3. Sophie fell asleep halfway through. Not
Yeah.
even that, maybe.
Yeah, it was about halfway, I would say.
You fell asleep after just at the beginning of the second act, I would say.
Possibly.
You didn't see most of the film. You were kind of like conscious. You were answering me at times, but like you confirmed you stopped paying attention after a little while, which shows the grippiness of Halloween 3. And within that, I'm going to start the timer now to talk 10 minutes about Halloween 3. This is my first time watching Halloween 3: Season of the Witch, and I don't know. I can't say that I'm disappointed because I didn't have really any expectations, but I can't say I was like, right. I wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't really like, I didn't hate the film either, necessarily. I think it's got good acting. I think it's this was when they were trying to make it an anthology series because John Carpenter was like, I don't know more Michael Myers, please, and the whole point was going to be like every year they were going to do get a different director and do a different writing director and do a different tale around Halloween. But yeah, I like the acting in it. I think the main character and even like
The female lady.
yeah, Stacey Nelkin, I believe was the actress. I think she was good as well. I think the overall acting in this film was actually fine. Like I liked it personally. I just feel like whereas the first 2 films, the pacing was great and it went by relatively quickly. I felt this film was very stagnant, and it got to like an hour in, and then I was just looking at how long I had left to go, personally. And I always hear people say like, oh, it's like drenched in Halloween atmosphere. I'm like, I mean, there's Halloween in it, but and the whole crux of the film relies on like the actual day of Halloween. But it was weird. I didn't really feel much Halloween in it, oddly enough. I like the fact that they got like the main guy, you know, a non-traditional hero. Like, I like that. Like, you know, he wasn't like
Ron Swanson.
he was Ron Swanson, and I like how, like, again, spoilers, how like the main female essentially just doesn't make it out. Like, she gets turned into a droid, really, or a robot. And I like how it's not really a happy. Well, it's not a happy ending at all. Where it's a unique interest in any way. He's just screaming on the phone like, "Shut it off!" And then it just ends, which is like, oh, so it didn't end in a happy way. So all the children just crumbled because
into Beatles and shit.
Yes, I love that effect. That's the other thing. I love like the kind of like the practical effects in this. Like when that woman got zapped in the mouth. And just, it was like her mouth and lip and eye, like it's really grotesque, but it's real. Like again, the practical effects were really good, I think. I think the score was really good in this as well.
6 more days till Halloween.
Not
Halloween,
that.
Halloween. That's been in my head all day today.
Has it been? But yeah, I would say like the score was really good. I don't know, like I just feel like the pacing was a bit. It's one that I would probably go back to again when I'm less tired, because I wasn't falling asleep, but I was getting more tired as like the film was going on, and maybe that might have a reason. Like that's probably a reason why I was probably checking the time, because of the fact I was like, I'm getting tired, so I kind of want like the film to kind of wrap up. But I don't mind it. Negatives I have with it is, my negatives aren't Michael Myers isn't in it. It's like, because yeah, that's just not a negative to me. What's your opinions on Halloween 3, Sophie?
To be honest, it's...
From what you remember.
I'm saying, it's that long since I've seen it. I know I only kind of technically watched some of it last night, but there's a lot I don't remember. I don't want to keep doing this every time, like, whichever, like, I'm like, you're sensitive, I'm like, same. And I don't mean it, like, it's not, I don't mean it in, like, a lazy way of, like, oh, yeah, what he said, but it's, like, legitimately, like, I get what you're saying, like, I look at it kind of, sorry, I look at it kind of, like, as its own thing, so which I'm not, like, yeah. Well, it is, but I'm not all, like, oh, it's not Michael Myers, where's the art? Where's his head? The ghost on the window. Yeah, I don't look at it like that. I kind of just look at it like as its own film. And there's a lot I really like about it, but there's a lot of it that's god awful at the same time.
Oh, well, god awful?
Well, not god awful, but like a bit like.
It's just forgettable.
It's
really.
Quite 80s.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, it kind of reminds me of like.
But it's like not the good 80s, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
some people,
that's what I mean. It's like a B movie.
Some people praise, like, oh, it's so 80s, as in a praise, and then, but like, I use it more.
Yeah,
as,
but
like,
I mean 80s like Terminator 80s and things like that. I mean, like 80s like. I can't even compare it. It's like something that would be on the horror channel. It's like something that would be on the horror channel in the middle of the night, really.
Overall, like, do you even have a spoopy ghost rating for the film?
Yeah, I'd probably give it like 3. Spoopy ghosts.
That was mine. I know we've basically been giving these films the same.
Yeah, we're quite like-minded in some regards, I think.
I was toying, when I first watched it, I would have given it 2.5.
Yeah, I was thinking that, and then I was like, no, I'll give it 3.
But like, since I've had time to sleep on it, and a day to really think about it, I do like the Halloween atmosphere, like, when it's there. And the acting is good, and I like the practical makeup. And I like the ballsiness of the fact it's like, no, we're going to have, like, a not happy ending. Like, everything doesn't work out. And it's a Halloween film not with Michael Myers in. Like, I like... it's hard to be negative towards a film like that, I find. So, we beat the time. We had, like, 3.5 minutes left to talk about Halloween. There's not much else to really say about it, I don't think. But, yeah... Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. And next we're going to be going into Halloween 4, which is the return of Michael Myers. The unplanned return of Michael Myers, because, they did expect to bring him back. So, I'm going to get changed into pyjamas. And we're going to watch the start of the Jamie Lloyd trilogy.
Ooh!
We'll see you then. Sophie,
Oscar,
why haven't you been on camera in this binge yet?
Because every time we've been watching these movies, I've been in my pyjamas with crazy hair and crazy face and...
Is that still the same now?
Yeah.
Do you want to take the camera?
I will.
And then we can talk about Halloween 4. So there you go, just in case if you were wondering, because Sophie is she just doesn't want to be on camera at the moment. Phil, on the other hand, is a camera hound.
He's a cat.
He's a camera puss. No, that sounds bad. Kitten, a camera kitten. Even though he's not a kitten. Anyway, I'll get started in the 10 minutes. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, came out 6 years after Halloween 3, which means it came out 10 years after the original Halloween, and that's played up on within this film. So what do you think of Halloween 4?
I actually don't mind Halloween 4. I think the first act's like kind of weak.
Alright.
And like it starts to get good from like the point in the costume shop, I think, onwards. I actually like it a lot better than I remember. I'm still not crazy about the whole like, oh, it's supernatural, which I guess it isn't fully said in this, but it's kind of implied at the end.
Yeah, I actually really do enjoy this film, to be fair. I think it's, so far, within rewatching these films, I think it's my favourite sequel so far.
Yeah.
Even over 2, personally. And I think it's just kind of like, it throws itself in to the film. It throws itself into the concept. And yeah, it's not, like, it's goofy. It's silly at times, like...
I really like the well, not the full third act. I'm not crazy about the very end.
Yeah, like, I like what with Jamie, like... Yeah. She did that.
I like the bits with the... I like the bit with the, in the house.
Yeah, I do like
where they're, like, cabined up. And I also like the part where,
the skull.
I was going to say, in the truck.
I like that whole, like, sequence, to be fair. I just think, like, it feels odd that I'm praising this film in a sense of, like, I didn't really praise Halloween 3 that much, and then Return of Michael Myers, I'm like, yeah, I did like it. Again, I'm not doing it because, yay, we got Michael Myers back. I'm doing it because, I don't know, the pacing seemed to be better.
Yeah.
Like this, like, it seemed to be good pacing. The acting was good, I found. Especially by Danielle Harris, who plays Jamie Lloyd, who, yeah, like...
I think she plays Jamie Hughes.
No, Jamie Lloyd. I do like her performance in that. She's, like, probably one of the better child acting performances, I would say. I think it's easy to, like, kind of, like, critique this film, and this, like, hate on it, because it's the 4th Halloween film.
Yeah.
Like, you know how, like, some sequels after a while, it's like, it's easy to critique Saw 6.
Yeah.
Because it's the 6th Saw film. But if you take the fact it's Saw 6 out of it, it's actually not a bad film, really.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same thing with this. It's like, if you take the fact it's the 4th Halloween film, it's actually... I find it really enjoyable and fun. Like, even, like, with the opening crawl, it, like, that's just so Halloween-y. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's... Like, I said this to you, like, I feel like this film, like, so far, and, like, our film viewings of these films, so far this has the strongest spirit of Halloween. Like, I mean, the holiday.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like, because I mean, the first 2, again, they kind of have the Halloween warmth to them, but
it's more just like autumn, like beginning of autumn.
Yeah, and like the third film, I get, again, there is Halloween in it, but I don't get like how Doug Walker said, like how Halloween 3 was basically the trick or treat of its day.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't get that at all. Whereas this, like, I don't know, like, it's like, you know, there's all these decorations, and then, like, when they go in the costume shop, and it's like, oh, this, look, again, it's all, like, there's so much fun about it. I find, like, it's just got this fun Halloween vibe to it.
Yeah.
That just makes me smile, really, and that's, like, part of the enjoyment. And again, the acting's actually pretty good in this film, like, near enough everyone as well.
Yeah, there's not really anyone who's, like, god-awful.
Yeah, like, there's no, like, it's, like, they're all, like, Jamie... Rachel, Loomis, of course.
More explosions.
Yeah, that was... Again, there's a lot of silly moments in it, as we've said. Like, again, Michael Myers. Again, it's not said he's supernatural. Loomis is talking more like he's the devil as opposed to a psycho now. Yeah. Like, I know in the first film he was like, that's pure evil, but, like, you can look at a human and be like, that... Like,
you can look at a sandwich and be like, that's pure evil.
I look at pineapple on pizza and be like, that's evil. But it's like, in this film, it's like, he's the devil, he's Satan. He doesn't say that, but he basically talks, and he talks about Michael Myers the same way that people talk about, like, in Murder House, in American Horror Story Murder House, the same way people talk about the other twin.
Yeah. It's the Antichrist.
Yeah, like it's like he's not human, and it's all like, and the opening I found like the pre-credits scene where it's like exposition-y with the guys like welcome to hell, yeah, and he basically like recaps you on like the first two films.
Yeah.
Like, that bit's a bit, oh no, like I'm not a fan of like exposition-y things where people just stand and look at the camera and tell, like they like, again, it's always a thing like as you know, and that like
I don't mind like exposition for the purpose of character development. So if it's not exposition in the regard of like,
well,
it's not going off on one about this happened in film number 2. If it's like, you know, sometimes M. Night Shyamalan does it, but it won't like it'll have no bearing on the plot whatsoever. But it'll just like kind of.
Well, there's exposition like they like there's a bit where Jamie's like like when we first meet Jamie and she's like, oh, I miss them, and then like Rachel's like, they haven't been gone that long, and then she's been like, it's been 11 months. It's like that's exposition, but it's a purpose, as opposed to like a guy in a elevator with two doctors being like, yeah, 1978 he killed some people, and then he got shot by his doctor, and then he ran away, and then he chased after Laurie, and it's like, dude, really, you're doing that now? But no, I do find this fun. Again, the silly moments. I like Michael Myers it's where he just thumbs a guy in the head.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's a thing. Or like when he rips a guy with his bare hands, it's like, oh no, like,
yeah, like pulls someone's head off.
Yeah, I like that. I find that fun. And again, the score's cool. I think the strongest bit about this film was the atmosphere, though. It's like, because this is like very pure Halloween, and I love like the flames on this menu screen. But yeah, no, yeah, I do really enjoy this film, actually. And again, taking away the fact it's like the 4th Halloween film, which again should already have a bearing in it.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like once a franchise gets to 4, it's usually like, oh, so there's a reason why Fast and Furious didn't go Fast and Furious 4.
Yeah.
They stopped numbering them to be like, like, it's weird. Like, we can have like 1, 2, 3, but our minds kind of condition ourselves. Like, once they get to 4, 5, 6, it's like you're pulling teeth now.
Yeah.
Like. But yeah, Alf, how many spoopy ghosts would you give Halloween for the return of Michael Myers, Sophie?
3.5 spoopy ghosts.
I was toying with 4.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'll go with 4, because I think that's like, because I think I gave like Rec 2 4.
Yeah.
And this isn't on the same level as Rec 2.
Yeah.
But definitely 3.5, purely because of like, it's fun. It is like a proper fun like film, I think. It's got good acting in it. And the atmosphere is just so warm and autumnal and just proper drenched in Halloween, I feel. Excuse me. I like just like the dark, like the Michael Myers shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
The shenanigans of Michael Myers. That should have been like what?
Halloween 7.
Yeah. Halloween 12. I don't know. Apparently, I made a joke about Halloween 12. The something of Michael Myers.
I know what I think. I can't remember what it was exactly, but I'll have a bit of a more of a think.
Okay. But yeah, we're gonna watch Halloween 5. What's this one again? The Revenge of Michael Myers, isn't it?
Once it's got the revenge in the title, you know it's going downhill.
It's from my memory, 5 wasn't too bad either.
Yeah.
But again, we'll watch 5. So Halloween 4 overall, we both give it. I didn't say my official rating. 3.5 out of 5. Spoopy ghosts as well. So that puts on the same level as Halloween 2 for me in the sense of rating, but I do think I prefer it a little bit more than Halloween 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. We'll see you after we watch that film. And we've just finished watching Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. And it's 20 to midnight at the moment. And we're going to be sensible and not try and cram in 6.
I'd love to know why it's called The Revenge.
Well, because he's getting revenge.
On who?
Jamie, I think.
For what?
She was there when they tried to, like, James Caan him.
It's a good staple for revenge.
You couldn't see Zoe's face there. She kind of just rolled her eyes a bit at the... Yeah, no, he took revenge on,
Oh, thingy.
what's her face? Rachel. Yeah, Rachel. We've got a new character, Tina, who, for most of the film, I thought was Lindsay. Because we got introduced to the character... Well, we didn't get introduced. We got reintroduced to the character of Lindsay in the fourth film, which I thought was cool. And I thought that the Tina character was Lindsay until, like, no, but would have made sense if it was Lindsay. What's your thoughts on Halloween 5, Sophie?
Unpopular opinion, but I actually really enjoy this one.
You really enjoy this one?
Yeah, I think, like, it starts off a bit weak.
Yeah, I think this is a slow one.
We should get to the point where he, like, keys that guy's car, that it kind of picks up, I think.
Yeah, where he's like... Yeah, that's when it, like, shoots
and then
up.
John Lennon / Grace Lightning tries to fight him and it goes wrong. There's cats in this film that automatically makes it better.
Yeah, it's a little adorable kitten.
I really like the scenes in the children's home.
Yeah, I like the relationship between Billy and Jamie.
And I love
that was sweet. That's a sweet little thing.
I love the shots like where the car's chasing her through the fog.
Yeah, I was saying to you when like after that scene, I was like, I forgot that there was more to it.
Yeah.
And that's where that's where the film kind of slightly loses me, because like it feels like the film's like wrapping up at that point, but then we got like another 25 minutes or something like that. Like we got another big section of the film to get through, and it was like, it's almost like my mind's almost mentally like, right, okay, we're nearing the end of the film, and then it's like, no, we're not quite there. I don't really have much of a strong opinion about this film. Like, it's one of those where I don't really, like, I don't love it. I certainly don't hate it. I don't think it's like a god-awful. I don't mind like these two Jamie Lloyd films.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're good continuations. I think Danielle Harris is a good actress.
Yeah. It helps if the child actors are good, like.
Yeah, and you know what? I care for the characters.
Oh, yeah.
I care if Jamie gets hurt. I cared about when Rachel got killed. I didn't want Rachel to get killed. And, like, even Tina.
Yeah.
Like, I cared about, like, everyone in it I cared about. So it's like...
Max, more dog murder.
Oh, yeah, more dog murder.
It's never good.
At least, I mean, he didn't kill a kid.
I'm saying he's a cat person.
Yeah.
Evidently.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the menu there, if you're wondering why I'm, like... looking, and yeah, there's some cool shots in this film as well. Like, I mean, like there's certain shots where we're like, oh, and then we're like, oh wait, that's not Michael, and then we're like, wait,
is it
though? And it's like
it's phallic.
Imagine, like, yeah, there's cool shots like in it, like in most Halloween things. Like, I think this is the only one where I don't have that much of a fully strong opinion about. Really, like. I prefer it over Season of the Witch, I think.
Yeah.
But I think I prefer the other ones above this one. Surprisingly enough, the Halloween franchise so far is relatively strong.
Yeah.
Like,
power is strong with this one.
We're 5 films in, and we just watched a film called The Revenge of Michael Myers, and I'm not crapping on it. Really. So I think that really says it, really. And yeah, and you know, I like and again, it's not like the fourth film, where the fourth film was like really like oozing with the Halloween atmosphere. It's not like that as such, but I still think it has some cool like Halloween.
This one's like November feels.
Yeah, it is, oddly enough. But like, it has like the odd little fun little Halloweeny feels, like we're at the children's clinic and with all the little costume contests and all that. And then the Halloween party. There's some really the over-top moments, i.e. with not Grease Lightning.
Yeah. I just mostly Tina as well, initially.
Tina. That was my bedtime alarm telling me it's recommended I go to bed now. But yeah, like that, like the bit, and the guy who The blonde guy who got murdered with the
whole.
What's it called? Is it no? It's not.
Pitchfork.
It's not. Yeah, with a pitchfork. Who's very like he did like that
all the time.
Yeah, and like that was a bit awkward, wasn't it? Like that kind of well, it was a sex scene, but it was just like I was saying to you, it was a lot of like, ooh, he, ooh. Like it was a lot of that for like a good few minutes, and if that was awkward watching me do that, imagine what it's like watching two people do that in Hay trying to be sexy.
Yeah.
Like
acting like they're really into it.
Yeah, where they're clearly not. Again, like
another explosion in this one.
Yeah. We had a few, didn't we? No, a few.
No,
Again,
it's only one.
The ending was just like, I don't...
Oh no, it was two.
You what?
There was two. There was one where the car crashed into the tree.
Yes, that was very like, oh my god.
And then there was the one where the prison cell exploded also.
That's right. And the ending was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, like, you know, it's clearly there to set something else up.
But I know what it's setting up.
I don't even remember 6, I just remember like...
I remember the feeling of just really not enjoying it, because...
Isn't it like set in the future?
No, but it feels like it's trying to be.
Yeah.
Like, I think this came out in 1989, so a year after Halloween 4, and Halloween 6 came out in 95. But from my pure memory, because all these films, like the Myers, like the Jamie Lloyd timeline so far, they all feel like in the same world, don't they?
Yeah.
Like Halloween 1, 2, 4 and 5, they all feel the same, just with, progression of time, really. But from my memory, 6 just didn't feel like that at all. We'll talk about 6.
So I just saw Loomis pull his weapon out.
We'll talk about 6 in the next bit, but Spooky Ghost Rain, Sophie, or do you have anything else to say about Halloween 5?
I haven't really got much else to say about it.
It's a bit inconsistent, I think, for me at least. Not fully inconsistent.
Totally, it's a bit inconsistent. Where they have all the slapstick and the funny boink noises.
Oh yeah, that was like, oh my god. Like, it's totally, because it goes from being like this really like dramatic moment to like a boogie like that, like those moments like that, and then like it goes from feeling like this more like contained piece to then trying to be more almost action like, and then it goes, but doesn't go all the way. It's, I don't know, it's a bit
totally confused.
Yeah, it's a bit totally confused, but there's some cool moments in this film still, and it's still cool to see Michael Myers just doing his thing, really.
Yes.
And his murders haven't actually gotten that outrageous, and we're like 4 films into the Michael Myers saga, so I mean that's a plus, really, because by this point with slasher films they would have been ridiculous, wouldn't they?
Yeah, true.
By the time we got to the 5th Saw film, we already had like many different changes that we didn't need. But yeah, Halloween 5.
3 spoopy ghosts.
I was just about to say I'm going to give this 3 spoopy. We're giving this the same ratings, 3 out of 5 spoopy ghosts. But I think it's warranted.
Yeah.
Like I think that's...
For all I like it better than 3.
Pardon?
For all I like it better than 3.
Yeah.
It's kind of warranted.
Yeah, like I like it better than 3, but I don't like it as much as 2.
Yeah.
Or 4 even, because 4 I actually really do enjoy. But yeah, this one's like one of those ones where it's like, it's a fine continuation, but nothing really else as such. And that's our 10 minutes. And we will see you... Well, we're going to go to bed, I assume. But, so, we'll continue watching the Halloween films tomorrow. But for you, it'll literally be like a few seconds. So, we'll see you for Halloween 6. So as you can tell, I'm going to turn that down so we don't get a copyright strike. we've just finished watching it's not Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, it's just Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. This is my second time watching this film. How many times have you seen this film now, Soph?
2.
2, okay.
Well, probably 1.5. I think I fell asleep last time we watched it. Or I was zoned out.
Yeah, we weren't... Yeah, I think we were like kind of like... We watched it quite late at night.
Yeah.
Is the line okay?
Yeah.
I need to set the timer. I haven't even got that set. Hang on then.
I can time you on the camera, it's fine.
I've got to start anyway. Yeah, The Curse of Michael Myers. I wasn't... As you can tell by the previous clip, I wasn't looking forward to watching this film. And neither were you really, so far, yeah.
Yeah, I still wasn't looking forward to watching it while we were watching it, to be honest.
No, I mean, it's a sight, isn't it, this film? This is the final film in the Jamie Lloyd timeline. And Jamie Lloyd is not really in it, she is, but...
I hate the first act.
That's, like, the worst. Like, God, do you want to, like, just start, like, expressing some of your feelings?
Oh, I just hate the first act where it essentially goes all Battlefield Earth for a bit. Like, I don't even mean with Dutch angles, I just mean it's like Battlefield Earth for a while, and then they kill people off.
Yeah.
And then it just gets really convoluted. Without a doubt, like, Paul Rudd and, Donald Pleasance are probably, like, the only good bits.
Oh, yeah. And they're the only...
And when I say Paul Rudd's good, I don't necessarily mean, like, it's a good performance. I just mean it's, like, it's entertaining.
Yeah, and, I mean, this was in memory of Donald Pleasance.
Yeah, in memory of Donald Pleasance.
Yeah, it ended with Donald Pleasance going down, I need to finish some business, and then he sees, like, the Michael Myers mask. And then he just screams. But
off camera?
Yeah, but it's a bit like a... Ah! And then, like, it cuts to a pumpkin, like... And then... It doesn't even come up with the director's name. It first comes up with In Memory of Donald Pleasance. So it's like...
Cram that one in last minute.
Yeah, they wanted to put that in there. Not at the end of the credits. So because people probably want to get out as soon as possible. So they were like, oh, it's Donald Pleasance, okay. But yeah, I found this film a lot funnier than I did though last time I watched it.
Yeah, it was a lot more. It was a lot funnier and a lot less like of a drag.
Yeah, because I was worried like it's gonna be. I despise the opening where it's like it's a cult and I hate it. I hate it so much, and it's like that's the worst bit about this film. I feel it's when it stops being about like it still doesn't feel connected even. Really,
yeah, it feels more like a fun movie or something.
Well, no, like even like that section of the story doesn't feel connected.
I think that the full film didn't feel connected to the rest of the.
Well,
franchise.
It didn't really, but that section, like the culty bit, didn't feel connected to the Michael Myers bit.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like even towards it, literally the only connection I think I remember is literally that Michael Myers has like the tattoo.
Yeah. Or
like the scar or whatever, but it's like that doesn't really say.
And the man with the pointy boots.
Yeah, and it kind of becomes like the greater good.
The greater good
from the Hot Fuzz, like all that bit.
Except Hot Fuzz does it better.
Well, yeah, obviously, but it's God. How many times like there was jump scare? The bit where like the guy just kind of came up behind the girl and it went. And then like nothing happened.
Yeah, but it already happened for that section of the film. There was 3 jump scares, I think, like one after another, pretty much, and then there was no more after that.
There was one at the very end.
Oh, where the woman flew at the window,
yeah,
but that wasn't really necessarily a jump scare because something was. It was a jump scare, but it wasn't a fake out.
Yeah, where Paul Rudd was walking by something, and it was like, and the woman was like, "He's gonna kill you all," or something like that.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I meant the one where the nurse's face got slammed against the window.
Oh, no,
but like that was kind of like that had a payoff. So yeah, fair enough.
This is like the one like this came out in 1995, and you can tell it's a 90s flick. Like I went, when it was Jamie Lloyd was on like the stretcher, and she was like, ah,
and all the camera was weird. You were like, is it stretched or is it my TV?
Yeah, I was like, is my TV stretched? She went, no, it's the film, and then the film like went back and went, oh yeah. And then you got all the weird editing. Like, there was that weird transition where it was like Michael Myers' knife, and it was like, but you're like, what was that when that was the transition?
And there was like some really weird shots, like that. I don't mean they were weird in terms of like how they were framed or anything. I just mean like I didn't really understand why they were there. Like they were well just a guy in the shower.
Oh, but like it wasn't. I mean, you could have cut that bit out and showed him in the shower anyway.
Yeah, but like that section, like legitimately, he said he was going in the shower, and then the next scene after that clip. Because there was that scene of him saying, "Oh, I'm going in the shower,"
and then it cut to him,
cut to him like that under the shower water for like a minute, and then it like cut to like Tommy's house,
and then it cut back to him like
having a shower, like, oh, I need a shower.
Yeah,
it's like you could have literally just had, "Oh, I'm going in the shower," and then being like, "Oh yeah, here's a towel."
Yeah, you didn't need him being like
majestic.
And then there's a bit like, "It's raining. It's raining red. It's raining, Mummy. It's raining red." I'm like, There's so many bits in this film which really annoy the hell out of me.
The bit with the woman in the sheets.
That I was going to say, that's that bit in. When it gets to that bit, that's when the film gets funny.
Yeah.
Like that's like it's the like there's that weird angle of the pumpkin kind of like. And it kept cutting back to it as well.
Do that again.
and then like she's on the phone and she turns and she goes, and then she kind of like there's that weird. it's so weird. Like her like she kind of runs
shuffles
and she runs shuffles and she's like. She opens the sheet. She sees a fence and she goes,
"Oh, a fence!"
And then she runs again and she kind of goes. Then she falls. Her glasses fall. She like looks, scrambles a bit. Michael's there with an axe. Goes. She pulls the sheet back. Michael's there with an axe and she goes, "Michael!" And then he goes, and just blood.
And then the guy exploded later. That was great.
Yeah, I mean, can you get any more of an arsehole in a film, really?
Well, he just became one big hole after that, didn't he?
Yeah, wait, he grabbed. I was like, I'm not sure if I remember this being an over-the-top death. And he electrocuted him, and then flashing lights, and it was like a light show. And then his head blew up.
Because of course.
I mean, it got to the point where
and it hung on it for like quite a while, just that one death.
Yeah, and it got to the point where I went, you know, like, so. He wants to kill all of his family. That's we get that from like the other. He wants to kill. That's why he's fixated with Laurie
and Jamie
within this time
and the baby,
and that's why he's fixated with Jamie and the baby. But why is he locking up the Strodes? I get why he was attacking them initially because like they were in his house, so he was just killing people in the Myers house.
Yeah.
But then it was like, but why are you going through so much lengths to like lock up like Danny? I know there was a bit of exposition like he's got the same thing as Michael did. It's like, yeah, but
he hasn't got the swine flu.
It's like he's got the shining like Michael did, like all that nonsense or whatever. But again, that bit with Danny never really went anywhere. Like, because at least with Jamie in 5, she can kind of sense Michael.
Yeah, it's like a weird psychic connection.
Yeah, which I didn't really like, but like it was okay, I guess. With this, there was that old woman like, he's got the same thing as Michael. It's like, but...
And she was like, I was babysitting Michael on that night when he killed... It's like, you don't have to connect...
No, you weren't! You weren't as well!
His sister was, and then she got in trouble for fucking.
Yeah. Oh, it's a mess. But I had a bit more of a fun time with it than I remembered.
Yeah.
It's better to watch it, not when you're tired.
What spoopy ghost rating would you give it?
2.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
2 spoopy ghosts. I'll give it 4 chuckling pumpkins, though. Do you remember when last
I remember
year,
the chuckling pumpkins.
I gave Saw 3D 4.5 chuckling pumpkins.
Yeah, I'd probably give this one 3.5 chuckling pumpkins.
Oh, right, didn't you have as much of a...
It was funny, but it wasn't like as funny as Saw 3D.
Oh no, it definitely wasn't as funny as Saw 3D. But I could I had fun laughing at it, but there are moments where I do hate. But 2 out of 5 spoopy ghosts.
Yes.
Is definitely the weakest one. But in terms of kind of a praise, it still kind of had a bit of a warmth to it, like a very tiny bit of a
Yeah, it still had like that weird 90s nostalgia and like a bit of like Halloween vibes.
And I mean, even as dumb as like the grunge music.
Like Well, that just adds to it, really, doesn't it?
Like exactly. You need like a not even that. I thought they were playing the Nickelback song where it was like
I thought they were playing Creed.
Yeah,
And then I was like, or is it like a really, really bad Alice in Chains ripoff, which I guess Creed kind of were a little bit.
They were.
But like,
I like Creed, but they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we both give it 2 out of 5 spooky ghosts. I give this 4 chuckling pumpkins, though. You give this 3.5 chuckling pumpkins. Maybe 3.5, like 3, 4, 3.5, 4.
Yes.
I'll stick with 4. But yeah, and that's the last of the Halloween films that I've already seen. So and we just had 10 minutes there. That's the last of all the Halloween, like the Halloween films I've already seen. So, and we've got done with the Jamie Lloyd timeline. Next, we just got the Laurie Strode timeline, which is H20 and Resurrection. First time I'm seeing these films, and I'm not really looking forward to them. If I'm being perfectly honest, I think. From what I've heard, H20 isn't. I mean, it's not.
I saw H20. People are going to like be furious, but I saw H20 before I saw Halloween.
Really?
I did, yeah. But purely, bear in mind, like I watched it when I was about 6 or 7.
Right. Okay.
So like, when did H20 come out?
I really can't tell you. I don't. Maybe 97.
It hadn't been out too long, I think.
Yeah.
When I saw it, so it was on TV.
So yeah. We're going to watch H20, and then we can fit Resurrection in today as well, can't we?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see you after we watch H20.